So first things first. Yeah, this is an off-topic video, but I was counting down the days for this house, this closing. It was originally set for September 20th. And the funny thing is, you know, when I told you guys I had to unload all those Veritasium to come up with the down payment, the mortgage guy was like, well, you know, it's got to be seasoned funds. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? Bill O'Reilly, what does that mean? What does it mean to play us out? To play me out? To end the show? All right, go. No, in all seriousness. He's like, yeah, it's got to be seasoned. He's like, if it was a, you know, qualified investment, you know, you own some stocks or shares of a company, we don't have to wait. You could liquidate those, put the money in the account, and it's good. He's like, but because it's Bitcoin and crypto stuff, that's still not new. You know, it's still too new to where the industry basically doesn't quite accept it as being, you know, as good as a stock or whatever, you know, some investment. So that's why it has to wait. He's like, I don't know what the difference is, because I mean, if you liquidate it, you know, he's telling me this, if you liquidate it, you have the cash in your account. So what difference does it make where the actual thing came from? You know, it doesn't matter. He's like, but whatever, you know, it's like rules are rules, and that's why we had to push out the closing, you know, 70 something days out or whatever. And so anyways, it was originally set to September 20th. Remember, the guy that was selling it, which is one of the largest real estate flippers, like in the state of Florida, I think. They said this was actually going to be his house. He lived here for a few months and then just decided for whatever reason, I'll just end up selling it. So he put, you know, I mean, he put some money into the house knowing it was going to be his, which is why they had it listed way high. And of course, didn't get any bites. Came down, finally came down. And then it was in, you know, within grasp of me saying, okay, I might be able to make that work. And then, of course, Veritasium kicked in. Oh my gosh, I could easily come up with a down payment now, but I have to wait. So anyways, we thought we would close a little earlier, about a week earlier, but then the storm, you know, the hurricane came through. That threw everything off. But he says Tuesday, you'll get the final notice, go to your bank, wire the money in, it'll be your down payment, it's done, everything's approved. All you gotta do is come in Wednesday, we'll meet at the title company and sign, and you're good. So I do that, and then later on in the day, he's like, oh man, you know, yours is being split into two mortgages. Basically, a first mortgage and then like an equity line of credit kind of a thing. Something like that. They're doing it because, you know, I was asking about like PMI, you know, we're basically putting like 10% down. And FYI, I didn't need $90,000 for 10%, just so you know. I put a chunk into my savings account and then a little bit smaller of a chunk into the checking. So I didn't need $90,000 to do this, but I wasn't sure at first. So that's why I just cashed out a good bit of the Veritasium. But it was a lot less than that I needed, which is okay, because now I've got cash to close in this room, get the little fish farm, the aquaponics thing going, plant the damn tree. I already knocked that one thing over, plant the tree. It is mine, my wife and I's. It's our house now. We own the house. I signed today being Wednesday. I took the whole day off. 1 o'clock p.m. was down there a little early. Sign. And Evelyn, my wife, had to sign a few things, you know, even though it's me who's really on the mortgage again, not her, but she's the wife. And if something happens to me, it makes it easier for her to, you know, deal with stuff and own the house or whatever, since she's going to be on the title and that kind of thing. So anyways, point of this video, we closed. It is a done deal. This is my house. Welcome to welcome to my house. Welcome to my house. Who's that guy? Oh yeah, Florida. Spelled Florida. Florida song. So yeah, I was like, psych, woke up in the morning. My wife had some stuff to do. She took the kids, and you know, I'm like, well, you know, I've got these two mowers I mentioned. I bought the newer, bigger one, the 54-inch, because it makes it cutting a lot quicker. And it was like only $3,000, brand new at Lowe's, I think. Free delivery, all that stuff. Man, you know, I think it's got the Kawasaki motor, 23 Husqvarna. It's a Z254 model I'm looking at right now. Anyways, it gets the job done quicker. But I had the other one that I bought when we first moved in here for $1,500, which was a sweet deal. But it's a 42-inch. It's a Toro time cutter, I think they call them. I put new blades on it. But I'm like, okay, we just had this hurricane stuff happening, right? And I've got freaking sticks and little things that we couldn't. I mean, you can't pick up every freaking stick by hand. You know, when you got a few acres of land or whatever. I mean, this is not happening. So I paid the kids, the girls, hey, go out there, take our housewarming gift, also known as the golf cart. Flip that back seat down. I'm going to pay you girls $20 a piece to clean up the entire yard, put all that stuff, put a nice big pile in the back. That pile, again, I told you I set that sucker on fire the other day. It was huge. And I just split it in 2 pieces. But they did. Little 8-year-old Ashley, it's hot outside. I don't want to do this. Ashley, you're not going to get $20 if you quit. So she quit. So she only got $6. Ashley, you're only getting 6. Nicole, here's 20. So we go to the mall this is a few days ago. And they all want to go to the mall. Hey, we got our $20. You know, we want to go buy something at the mall, whatever they had their eye on. They want to get some shirts or something, I think, the kids. And Evelyn was like, you know, we've been talking, you know, one thing we just don't do, we've never done it, her or I, is like go out and buy all this brand new, like, clothes constantly for the kids, everything. We just don't. So she's like, you know, why don't we, for once in our lives, like, spend a couple, we're not gonna make them buy their own clothes. Let's go buy them clothes. Let them pick out a few things and just that whatever they want. They want to go to the store Justice, where all the little teeny boppers go. Justice, yeah, let's go to Justice. All right, buy. You want a shirt? You want a gymnastics outfit? You want that? Go ahead. Papa's paying for that one. Cryptos are still doing well. Papa's paying for it. Got you covered. But they also wanted to buy some stuff with their clothes. So she said, you know what? We can go to another store. And yes, she did say Target. We could go to Target. And just so you girls know, you can buy more than one. If you go here, you're going to buy one and only one. You spend money at the mall. But they don't have the nice Justice clothes at Target. But they do have some decent stuff. So whatever. So that's where they were going to go. So we go eat at the mall. And Emily, one of my 11-year-olds, got to go to the bathroom, goes to the bathroom. We leave. She leaves her purse in the bathroom, in the stall. I think you know where this story is about to go. So we're walking out of the mall. We get to the car. Oh my God, my purse, my purse. And it's an obvious kid purse, first of all. Oh my gosh. I think, no, I left the bathroom. I know I did. So we rushed back into the store. I said, Emily, I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to let you know what to expect. Your money is gone. You'll be lucky if we find the purse. They'll probably turn the purse in and the money's going to be gone. Well, why would they do that? Because they want the money, but they don't really need the purse, so they'll at least turn the purse into the security officer, lost and found. I'm just telling you, you might get lucky, but I'm going to be real with you, Emily. It's probably gone. So we go in there. She's in the bathroom, and right by the bathroom is security. So I go over to security. He's got the purse in her hand. Emily comes out. Emily, they got the purse here. He said, yeah, there were 3 girls. One blonde girl had it, and she was asking everybody around here, is this yours, is this yours, is this yours? No one answered her, so she brought it over here. I'm like, well, there was a woman that went in after my daughter, and since we went all the way out to the parking lot back, there's probably 3-4 people who went in that bathroom by then. So he's like, yeah, they just turned it in. So I said, all right, Emily, open it up and see. She had about $100 in there. Gone. Cleaned out. Emily's first experience with people, life, riffraff, you name it. Which is why I told her before we even got into that mall, back into it, Emily, I'm going to set your expectations. We'll be real lucky if your money's there. It'll be great if it's there. But I'm just going to let you know, it's probably going to be gone. Someone probably took it. Why would they do that? Emily, there's a lot of people who don't have money these days, but they still want to go hang out at the mall, get away from their house, and do whatever, but they don't have a lot of money. There's a lot of people like that. You know, Daddy does the videos on this all day long. So it's like a payday for them, a free bonus. You know what I mean? Well, why would they steal someone else's stuff? Emily, it's just the way people are. Just the way people are. And there's nothing more rotten than a thief, but you know what? It is what it is, Emily. So she's crying. She's so upset. Are you going to give me the money? No, Emily, I'm not going to give you the money. Even though I could easily do that, of course, you know, as her parent. And I'm like, no, Emily, I'm not going to give you the money. You left your purse. Mom told you she always wears her purse while she goes to the bathroom. She never takes it off. You took yours off. You laid it behind you. You forgot it. And essentially, this is kind of a lesson you need to learn. You got to be real careful about your stuff. You can't leave stuff laying around. So that's the same reason I tell you guys, do not leave these little purses, even though they're obvious little kiddie purses, sitting attached to the seat in the car. We are going to get broken into one day. This car's going to get its windows smashed one day because someone sees those purses and those things in here, and they're going to want to see what's in there. And my wife's like, well, it's just a kid's purse. No one's going to do that. So the other day, this is before all this, because I've been talking about this forever. Evelyn, you leave your purse in here, hide the goddamn thing under the seat. Oh, it's on the floor. It's fine. Hide the goddamn thing under the seat. No one's going to break it. So the other day, the driver's door, we went to eat somewhere. This is a few weeks ago, actually. And I'm looking at the door. What looks a little weird? The handle. Holy crap, someone's been trying to jimmy the handle. Like they try to pop it with a screwdriver. Not the key part, but under it. To jimmy under there. And they've bent it, and there's now a little tiny bit, you know, small bit of damage under the door. Someone was trying to get in. No kidding. Evelyn, you left the big giant pack of DVDs right there on the floor for the whole world to see. Got 2 kids' purses hanging on the seat, you know. I said, you know, I don't want to hear one day after I'm screaming at you all, basically, to stop doing that. I don't know what the hell world y'all are living in, but people are going to break into this damn car, and then I'm going to have to pay for the window. You know, so I'm trying to get that through, but so now that this incident happened at the mall, and she's been putting her purse under the seat for a long time now, by the way. But I'm like, anything in here, if someone walks by and peeks in here and sees anything that might have value, they're going to want to break in. They'll just pop the window and grab it and run. That's what people do. I was like, did you forget that I worked at the sheriff's office as a volunteer for 5 years? I wasn't a deputy. I wasn't law enforcement at all. But we would run very minor calls, accidents, and street lights out and things. And but I'm on the same radio, on the same channel, listening to all the calls coming out. Another, you know, stolen, Walmart, stolen. Well, someone's at the mall breaking into windows, breaking into it. We go over there, we think we find who it is, but we didn't catch them in the act. And they end up leaving, you know, the deputies came and questioned them, and we knew it was them, but they took off, and, you know, because they wouldn't let us, not us, but the deputies searched the car. And no one could really point out the person, you know, so they took off, they got away. But they were going around busting windows and taking stuff. They're only going to bust the windows of something if they see something in there. Oh, there's a backpack, bust the window. Oh, there's a giant CD case, bust the window. You know? So anyway, so we, after all this, a few days that went by, a couple days, because that was Saturday, this past Saturday, and that was when they went out to clean the yard. And then, you know, Nicole, her sister, twin sister, I'm gonna go in for a second, check on Ashley. I'm gonna go, I'll be right back. Emily's out there working her butt off. Ashley in and out. I want to drive the golf cart. No, you got to get out and help too. I don't want to help. You know, 8-year-old. What do you expect? But she did do decent on Saturday, so that's why, you know, not all Saturday, a little bit. So she got $6 out of it. But Emily is out there working and working, and Nicole, I gotta take a little break. I need a drink. I'm gonna go inside in the air conditioning. Emily is out there cleaning up the yard like a boss. So, Ashley, here's your 6. Nicole, told you I'd give you 20. Here's your 20. Emily, come here. Where's your purse at? It's in the car. Go get the purse. Remember, I had all that auction money. I was thinking of going to get the generator, which I told you I didn't. And so before I put it back in the bank, I got a bunch of these $100 bills. Emily, you worked very hard on this yard. You did a lot of work. More than more than Nicole, way more than Ashley. I'm going to pay you $100. So Papa kind of gave her $100 back. But she worked. Okay, she worked for it. If this didn't happen and there was no work, I couldn't just hand her $100. It's a lesson in life that people, I hate to say it, we need to experience it at least once. Because that feeling you have of, oh my God, I'm like kind of sick to my stomach. You know, you want to cry, you're upset. Why would somebody do this to me? You know, it's like one of the worst feelings you could have. But if you never experience it, you don't know what it's like, and you don't know that there's people that do that stuff. So at least her sisters were there with her while that happened. So they got to see her, how upset she was, and they done spent their money before that anyway, so they didn't have no $100. They had, you know, a couple bucks each. And plus Ashley had the 6, and then Nicole had the 20. But they saw, and they were, you know, so maybe everyone can kind of look at that as a lesson. But anyway, so everything's good. House closed on it. It's a done deal. It doesn't matter if the bank, you know, the old 2 banks, Bank of America and Carrington Mortgage, try to nail my credit report again because now they figured some things out or whatever, and they, oh yeah, he needs to have that foreclosure back on there. Guess what? It's too late to apologize. It's too late. Oh. That's right. It's too late. We done signed it. The paperwork is signed, sealed, delivered. It's yours. Done. They could take my credit score to freaking minus 50 if there was such a thing. And it doesn't matter because we own this freaking house. I was so damn excited. It's mine. It's actually mine. It's mine. Well, ours, wife. It's mine. It's mine. This house is mine. We got it. I can do what I want now. I could punch a hole in the wall just for fun if I want to. It doesn't matter. It's mine. Of course, I'd have to pay for that and probably bust my knuckle. But, you know, I can tear down this wall. I can get this thing going. And I had a subscriber that's in Tampa who's been telling me, hey, I do little handiwork and stuff, man. If you, he's like, I'll give you a little I'll give you the J-Stamp 4 discount to, come in, I'll do that room you're talking about. I'll do whatever. You know, I'll just give me a loadout list or whatever, and I'll just knock it out. 1 fee per day. I'll work a full day, and you just pay me, and per day, and I'll knock out everything I can get knocked out in 1 day, and then however many days it takes, we'll just do it. So I'm like, oh, all right, I'm gonna save this email because when I get the house, I'm gonna be hitting you up. So now, of course, I got the whole generator thing. Do I want to spend thousands of dollars again? Do the RV thing. Gonna have this thing sitting in my yard, this giant, you know, 30-something foot probably, from the looks of it. You know, they're older ones. They usually need something. They break. It's gonna be in my yard. Don't want this giant thing in my yard that I'm hardly ever gonna use. You know, I'm gonna talk to the wife. My dad came over today, and I was talking to my neighbor, my old neighbor, who's the electrician, who came over and helped me fix a couple of things in the house to get it. You know, to get the 4-point inspection happy, whatever, the electrical front dead panel thing and all that. And he was texting me earlier. He's like, hey man, I wonder if we ought to, you know, not we, but you know, we talk about stuff. And he's like, I wonder if we should invest in these generator companies. He's like, you know, I just heard Rick Scott, the governor, like mandating all these, like, you know, old people's homes and stuff. They've got to, they can't just have a little, you know, like their whole facility has to be on backup. Like the rooms of these people have to be backed up. So if the power goes out, they come on. He's like, I handle one just south of here. I've been their guy for like 10, 15 years or something, he said. And I ran it all. I did the entire electrical work. I put the generator, I did everything. And it's every 3rd light in the hallway. It's one elevator. It's the kitchen. But it's not every individual room. And now they're saying, the governor, they want to redo it. So he says, if that has to happen, you got to take the entire generator out. You've got to rewire everything to handle the, you know, what you're gonna have to do to run it all. So it's like an entire new job. And he's like, that's just one company. How many of those things are throughout the state of Florida? He's like, you know, I can almost see the generator company's shares rising just from Florida alone, especially because of that mandate. Not even so much as the people wanting to buy generators these days because of what just happened. So I'm like, you make a good point. I was like, but the question is, which one? Do you go with Cummins? Do you go with Generac? Do you go, you know, there's a few of them. He's like, but, you know, but a big facility probably might be a, you know, Kohler or a Cummins probably. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm just thinking of throwing $1,000 out there, just, you know, see what happens. I'm like, yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I wouldn't try to stop you. It's not a bad idea. But you know, he was telling me about it too. He's like, man, I've got one of these 15 kilowatt gas generators, and he's like, I've set up several of them recently, actually, for friends because of the storm. He's like, but what I do is I pretty much wire it. He's like, because you're gonna have, it'll be 240, so you have one leg of 110 or 120, another leg of 120. That's their 240 coming into the house. with a switch. And he's like, yeah, I don't do the whole, whole house like generator stuff. He's like, I'll just get that. And he's like, I've got 25 gallons of gas and 5 or whatever gas cans. And he's like, yeah, I mean, it'll use it. He's like, but I go, when I set it up, I figure out where the loads are so that I can split the load evenly on the 110 leg here and on the 110 leg here, or the 120. That way it's, if we figure there's 50 amps, we want to split it 25 on this leg and 25. So that way it's nice and even. Get, if you can do that and get it right, you'll save gas and stuff on it. And he's like, again, you're not going to run the whole house on it, but you could shut certain things off, keep the AC downstairs on. You need to do laundry. Okay. Shut off a couple, shut that off and that, whatever. Maybe shut off the water heater, do your laundry. You'll have to do a couple things. He's like, but, do you want to spend $10,000 some dollars or, a couple grand on one of these, whatever, generators, and then you just feed it gas when you need it. And I'm like, I said, well, that's the other issue. How the hell are you going to feel, I was like, my neighbor behind me was using 26 gallons a day to run his whole house, and he had a 15 kilowatt unit. He's like, yeah, well, he's running his entire house. We're trying to figure it out to where you wouldn't do that. You'd pick a few circuits and that kind of thing so that you'd save the gas. He's like, but yeah, I just take the cans down and fill them up, take them down, fill them up again. He's like, because if you get a bigger container, then you got to deal with that. It's going to be sitting somewhere, and then if it's got gas in it, you got to make sure you use the gas, and and the chances are you're going to need a trailer to fill it up, so you have to get a trailer or something, unless you got a pickup truck and you can fit it back there. And again, me, I don't, and I don't plan on getting one. So, but I could have, 10 red gas cans sitting here on standby, not with gas in them, but when I see the day coming, okay, let me go fill up those 10 cans. Even if I got to drive 5 down to the store and back, 5 down to the store and back. The good news is my wife's van, all the seats fold down. I could just fold down the back 2 seats, and that'd be more than fine. And I guarantee I could put 10 gas cans in that thing for sure. Fill them up. Put them in there, take them home. That'll last, 2-3 days. Again, this is one of these once in, 10-year kind of things. Sure, peace of mind is nice. Whole house thing. My other thought, by the way, was, well, instead of the whole gas can thing, I could still get, and then I could put it behind the garage, way out of sight. You'll never see it. It's not an eyesore at all. One of these, again, 500-gallon tanks. I could get one brought out for $951 or whatever he said it was. So then I got to fill it, 400 gallons times 3, $1,200, $3 a gallon, etc. It's a little more than $3, but again, anyways, $1,400, and it's just going to sit there. And the good news is I don't even have to run the whole generator thing, it kicks on every Sunday for 10 minutes. No, it's going to sit in the garage and not being used at all until I need to freaking use the thing. And since it's propane, you don't have to worry about your carburetor stuff getting gummed up, gas, old gas, all that stuff. Old gas sitting in the unit, in the gas tank. Then when you go to use the thing, it's pure propane. So that's what I kind of thought, I kind of like that idea. And then I'll make up some really thick, like 10 gauge, maybe even 8 gauge cables, thick cables, and 100-foot run or something, so that by the garage, I could run it right over to the house by the electrical panel where I can go click, flip that switch, which is essentially a transfer switch. And now we're on that propane one, so I don't have to run to the store, gas cans, all that crap. And it's clean. When I'm done, I don't have to clean anything out. Generator turns off, put it back in the garage. There's no stank fuel, no rotten nothing. It's good to go. So I'll have to be honest with you, I think I'm leaning towards that. Because if I do it that way, let's say I can pick up, and I don't need a 15 kilowatt generator. I really don't. Maybe a 10 or 12. I'm looking. Let's say I'm out, $3,000 on that. And then another $2,500 for the whole propane thing with the gas included. $5,500, and I'm totally good. And I can hook a barbecue grill up to that sucker and cook forever. Right? So again, I'm kind of thinking that that's where I'm going to go now. I know the RV thing, we could use it. Most people get RVs, they don't use it, they sit. This thing's probably going to be 20 years old. For the price that I'm willing to pay, and look at what, I've been struggling with this so bad, I can't even tell you. What do I do? And I'm talking with him again, my old neighbor, and I mentioned, if I do the propane, he's like, yeah, it's a possibility too. So I'll be honest, I think that's the route I'm going to go. Hey guys, bring that propane tank out, put it right behind the garage. Eyesore, no such thing. It's hidden. You'll never see it. It's beautiful. And then when I only need it, whenever I need it, I use it. Plug the, again, it's not even going to kick on and off. I may go out there, to be honest with you, and run it every great, once a month. I don't know. Just because, hey, let's let this down. You don't want anything sitting forever. Let the thing run for freaking, 10 minutes or something. Power some little stupid nonsensical thing with an extension cord or whatever. Just to make sure it works, right? Because the last thing you want to do is, hey, we're ready to use it and it doesn't work. You got to make sure your stuff works. But anyways, done yapping, off topic completely. Want to give you the update what the hell's going on in the JSTEM 4 life recently. Just for whatever. And the house is ours. It's over. It's done. From deadbeat foreclosure to buying a beautiful house and property in no time after that foreclosure. How? Because I fought the banks and I fought the credit system and I refused to take it lying down. And I had an epic win. Wiped it off my credit score. Got me a house. Love it. And I'm telling you, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book one day. It's going to be about these cryptos. And I may have to include that house story. Then again, that could be a whole different book, to tell you the truth. But the day will come. I don't know what I'm going to title the book yet, but it's going to come. And it'll probably be once I am about to pay, either about to pay this house off with some cryptos, or I already paid it off with cryptos. Now I'm ready to tell my story. Hey, I bought this house, and then a year went by, if that, and I paid it off with just crypto money. Thank you. Here's my story. Oh, and by the way, by reading this book, front page, the party's still just getting started. You have time to get into, so don't read this book like, oh, I missed it. You still got time. That's the beauty. And in the book, I'll be telling you all about it. How I went to here, how I went to this site, yada, 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 how to do it. And that's it. Take care.